Hi again, guys. This is going to be a video just doing a review of the WitEden Camouflage cube, the 3x3x2 version. As you can see, I've got all three of the original release cuboids here. I'll upload a separate review for each one, just in case people are actually looking for a particular version of these. But I will give an idea of what I think of these in comparison to each other as well. Okay, so as I say, we're starting off with the 3x3x2 here. Now you may initially think that this is essentially the same to solve as a domino cube, but it's actually not. The domino cube, if you've ever solved one, you can't do 90-degree turns on these faces like this, whereas the camouflage cube most certainly can. It's surprisingly difficult to solve. I'm not going to tell you exactly why right now. Towards the end of the video I will mention that there's a slight spoiler, and I will then tell you what makes these puzzles as difficult as they are, just so that I don't actually spoil the solving process for anybody who doesn't want to know anything about how you go about solving them. Okay, so as for the turning quality, this turns fairly well. It's not too loose. The centre layer here is quite loose, but unfortunately, as with all the other ones of these camouflage cubes, it does feel a little bit flimsy, although this is probably the most stable one out of the three. The centre layer, it doesn't have caps on either side of those pieces, so there does occasionally get a little catch there, and they feel very light and flexible, so I suspect that's a big part of why they feel a little bit flimsy. However, as I said, this 3x3x2 version isn't as bad as the other two in that particular regard. As for solving, it is a lot of fun. As I said, it's actually surprisingly difficult to do once you first pick it up. It doesn't solve like any puzzle you probably ever solved before, actually. So it is a lot of fun to solve. And as with the other camouflage cubes, I will say that I thoroughly enjoy playing with them, despite the flimsiness and the low build quality that I consider these to have compared to all the other WitEden products that I own. I do own quite a number of WitEden puzzles now, and all the others are absolutely excellent build quality. These are the first ones that have been slightly disappointing in that regard that I bought. But despite that, I'm happy to overlook the fact, so much so that I've actually ordered a couple more in the range just a few days ago, just simply because they are so much fun to solve as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, would I recommend them? Definitely. If you're going to get one, then get either I would say the 3x3x2 or the 3x3x4 or both. I would suggest those are nicer puzzles than the 3x3x3. For reasons which I will elaborate on in the little bit that's coming up with the spoilers in. Okay guys, if you don't want to hear any spoilers about these puzzles, then please just stop the video now. I don't want to spoil the solving for anybody here, so please pause now if you don't want to hear anything about how the puzzles are to solve. Okay, well, if you're still here, what these puzzles essentially are is a bandaged 4x4 puzzle. Now, as you can see, this is the 3x3x2 version, but if I turn it like this, I can actually create 4 layers across there. So that shows you that it is actually a 4x4. It's divided into blocks from which you have to solve each block first, and then you can do the finishing sequences to the puzzle. I'm not going to go into too much detail. Obviously, this is meant to be a review, not a tutorial. I will post tutorials separately. Now, the reason I recommend the 3x3x2 or the 3x3x4 as opposed to the 3x3x3 is that simply that the 3x3x2 and the 3x3x4 scramble better. The 3x3x4 tends to get certain moves blocked very early on in the scramble, and there's no way to scramble it in its entirety, so you're dividing up every piece from every adjacent piece that it sits next to in its solved state, whereas with the 3x3x2 and the 3x3x4 you most certainly can. All three puzzles solve in a very similar way, so once you've learned the the basic premise behind how they operate. You can solve any one of these three. Now obviously the higher order ones are more difficult than the low order ones, so the 3x3x4 is definitely the most difficult one of the three. But the 3x3x2 will definitely teach you the concepts that you need to know to learn how to solve these puzzles. But once again, I highly recommend these puzzles just purely from a designing solving point of view. I personally can get past the slightly lower build quality of these. I'm willing to do so. I'm happy to do so, just simply because they are so well designed and they are such fun puzzles to solve, and they're so different from any other puzzles you will have beforehand. Okay then guys, I'll do a review of the other ones separately, so I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it's useful to you. Please click like and subscribe if you like my videos, and I'll see you next time. Take care now, bye.